going to take the North and never give it back.
So that's a good pick. You get the corner. I got to go bold, right? I got to go bold for this.
Yeah, she's got some nice
Welcome back to the Unbearable Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Brad Barron. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're out there on YouTube, and also rate the show 5 stars everywhere that you get your podcast. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are breaking down the all-22 from the Bears game. Unfortunately, fortunately, just trying to break it down and say, what are we missing out there? And what's good, everyone? I already see Shy, Drax, and Taco Man out there. Yeah, sorry for the delay. I was on with Bearski Films, and we were talking some awesome stuff. So those out on YouTube, make sure to check them out. Awesome show out there. And yeah, we just kept having some fun, talking some sports, talking some Bears, and talking about who to blame. So today, we will be breaking down the all-22 and talking more about this who to blame. And if this is your first time, kick up a chair, like, subscribe. We do this every Monday night where we break down all the all-22 tape and kind of think about what could have gone a little bit better. But we'll start out with the offense, shall we? Let's get this show on the road. And I know a couple times too, we've said, like, you know, we've talked about, okay, now from the offensive perspective, sometimes we start with just Caleb Williams. Sometimes we start with, the running game. I'm thinking, let's just do this the old-fashioned way. Let's go every play, one after another, and let's just see kind of what we have. So, Michael, what's good? How you doing? He's saying blame everyone. Joe, what's good, my friend? Saying fire Eber loose. Yeah, spotted on TV, WWE Raw tonight. And fire Ryan Poles and Shy Drax, my friend. This one will be fun. And hey, here we go. I know we said anytime that I say gross, this isn't a shot, but this is that smoky whiskey we were talking about on the show. So I was like, I got to get some whiskey because, hey, cheers to having just a garbage team, I guess. But let's go through this and let's see what we got. So first play. All right. So we got motion. See Caleb just kind of squatting down. Run to the left. Okay, cool. Run to the left, cuts it back. Yeah, I'm going to need this. And for those that are new, the joke that chat has is every time I say gross, I have to take a shot, but we'll be taking shots. All right. This is also, you already know it's going to be a bad game because the all-22 camera angle is crooked. I have not seen this out of all of our weeks of doing this. And also, just if you are new as well, this is my first time going through the tape. So this is not like a post after the fact, anything like that. This is just literally all of it, and we're just kind of going through it, breaking it down. So let's see this. We know it's a run. So you got that zone system going to the left. Yeah, this is a gross camera angle. We can't even see like what's going on here. But okay, so you got hat. That's good. You should be able to, you're hoping you can kind of get around that way a little bit, but Pryor really can't get there because right off the get-go, right off the jump, yeah, Cole has to go all the way that way. So he's got to at least kind of keep a hand out. That's a far way for Cole to go. Okay, so we have that, like we said. You already have one kind of there. So now you have Swift. And then, yeah, this is where Pryor's just not going to be able to get there. I like the idea of going left here. But as we know, Swift then cuts it back. I like the idea of the left. So I guess this is one of the things that I just don't agree with Swift on that. I'd rather have him go left, go up, because that's where that play is essentially going. I don't hate Swift anymore. But yeah, that's one that I think he could have gotten a little bit more on that left-hand side. He was negative from the next-gen stats perspective when you start looking at his expected yards per carry. So that might have been one of those negative ones right there. All right, so here we got a play action. And then let's see. So then now we have two tight ends in the block. Oh, and then this is this play. So you got single high. And then yep, we all saw this. He's looking for DJ. And do you know what's really gross about this route? Because I remember this. He's running out straight to the sideline, but you're on the far left hash. I don't get this play call. Like, you're on the far left hash. He's going straight this way. But this is where you at least have this. Because look how far out he's lined up. That's what doesn't really make sense. He's actually in. Wait a second. Okay. So, I guess to Waldron's point, yeah, he gets really far in there. I don't know if he was expecting him to go all the way here and then cut there. So, yeah, he wasn't lined up out wide. So that's just gross, but you should have at least seen that because he's not running a cut back. He's running to the sideline. So then that's where you got to just hit that. He doesn't, and ultimately takes a sack. So let's watch this. Did I say gross? I can't say that word then. It doesn't count that way. All right, so let's look at this offensive line. Actually, no, I'll wait. This is smoky whiskey. I gotta wait on that. But let's see. Yeah, otherwise I'll be burning. But blocking, you got the double. Cole, yeah, like, big dog's getting his blocks. Yeah, there. It's good. Then eventually Borum loses this guy. I don't fully fault Borum because, yet again, this is something where you got to have that quicker decision. Borum eventually gets beat, but it's not Borum getting cooked right off the snap. You know what I mean? All right, so let's see here. Next play, this is 3rd down. Got to go long. He's looking right. And then throws it. Drop by Rome. That stinks. And yet again, if we look at what we have, this is what we've kind of seen with this matchup. What we've seen with this Shane Waldron offense a lot is, okay, and actually just from the Caleb perspective, Caleb has 3 up here. He sees people here, boom, 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 boom. Safety cheating over this way. He's in the middle. So you're going to have this one-on-one matchup. He sees this. He's going to go to it. So he ultimately goes for it. But what I don't get is why are they both see how they're matched? They're both short of the sticks. That's what we've seen this before, where it's just like, why are we never there? Like, this is short of the sticks, that's short of the sticks, that's short of the sticks. This is the only route that's not short of the sticks, and you had a single safety up in the middle. Doesn't make a lot of sense. So to me, you got to be running those longer routes. And there's that third drink. Oh, yeah, and then, yep, nothing really crazy there. Borum was bad. Yeah, that's the thing I'm afraid of, is when we start getting to hear more. Ron, what's good? Yeah, wave your white flag for sure, man. All right, so we got the left-hand side. All right, let's see what ends up happening with this. Because clearly somebody goes right inside of that gap. Someone missed their gap. Hey, you know what? At least they had that going. You got 2 blocks there. I don't mind this because you're at least showing a look that they have to defend later on. Especially because we know how much they like to run this. But also, yeah, at least like try to fake it. Okay, so you got boom, boom, boom. And then now you have 2 on 1. So that's what ultimately happens. They're doubling. And it's what we typically see with our Bears blocking, ladies and gentlemen. What we typically see, and if this is your first time, this is what we normally see. They don't really pop off and go to the next player. A lot of times they get kind of caught up with these 2 blocks. They get caught up there, and Swift's just like, well, now I'm screwed. Because, see, this guy's got the edge. You're not busting this out to the edge. You have him, so yet again, you're not busting out to the edge over here. And also, interesting, you have 79 all the way out on this left-hand side. he's not busting this out, so you're kind of forcing him in. But because Shelton, everyone's there, nothing. Way to go, run game. That's the alignment. Bless me. I will not be saying that word. and as we know too, we are whoever that Rams offensive line coach is, we need to have a shrine to him, Taco Man. This is pretty throw, but let's just see what other routes we got. Yep, so you have this, they're running cover 3, so he's with him, he's deep, he's there. And honestly, this is just a very impressive throw. Very, very impressive throw by Caleb to just squeeze it in. If only we had more of these little things. Okay. Pryor's very far out there. Blocking. Good block. Switch there. Not bad. I mean, not bad. But yeah, nothing else was really going on down there. All right. Got motion. Run to the left. Bust it to the outside. Did Borum even touch anybody on this play? All right, so you got the motion, kind of classic that they do. So on this side, everyone's going this way. Shelton pushes there. I think you're expecting him to try and get to that next level here in the system. He's like, you know what? I ain't going to do that. So he hits here. And Swift realizes that, and he goes, yeah, okay, I'm just going to go to the outside. And so, yeah, that's just, you feel like Shelton should have actually been hitting that deeper side. So that's why he gets aggressive. And then they don't. Borum's just confused. He's like, that's my guy. I'm just going to ignore that guy. But honestly, yet again, this is DeAndre Swift taking what he's given. And that's good. It's good stuff there. Bearski Film, what's good? Just was on with you. Yeah, smash that like button. But yeah, that was Swift make exactly like what you're saying, Taco Man. That was Swift doing something out of nothing. So like we said, the first play probably could have gotten something a little bit more, but then on that second one, that's Swift doing something out of nothing. So all right, on this run, got that duo. And this is just where we do not get like any push. And I actually think it's kind of bold that he's going up to that next level, trying to hit that block. So we get a good push there, but then you want him to kind of come off. They seal that. He has to get skinny. And this is where Shelton just has struggled. Guy just pops Shelton. Boom. Yeah, and Bearski Film, like I said before, make sure everyone out there, check them out. Like, cool stuff. Got a lot of film out there as well, and like videos and other stuff like that. So super cool. And I agree, Ron. I agree. I am in the Fire Flus train now. I definitely am, because I talked about this on Bearski Film's show, and I'll probably talk about this like Wednesday or so, where to me it's just the morale of the team. You know, we're going to see this later on, where the morale just drops. And for that, that's a head coach thing. That's a coaching piece. All right, let's see what we got here. We got boom, boom, double. Then you essentially got that double. You expect him to kind of make that little wham block. So where, yeah, you'd like to see a little bit more. You know, the whole point of kind of that run is the running start to smack him. Because what you're hoping to do, and this is actually kind of a little, I don't know if it's just like a late snap, but what you're hoping for is these guys cut back, and since he's got the head of steam, physics, ladies and gentlemen, he's supposed to smack this guy, and when you smack him, then you're expecting Swift to go up this middle. But because of this guy gets the leverage on Cole. Now he has to bust it to the outside because yet again, he was supposed to have this lane to then get this yards. This guy plays it well on the outside, and ultimately Swift skedaddles to the outside. This is a good play by Swift, but like I said, you're wanting Cole to have more of a head of steam to smack that guy. Right, Taco Man? It's only going to get worse from here. We also have the number one hardest schedule that we have to look forward to. But yeah, this tape, it's only going to get worse. Only going to get worse. So let's see this. Oh, yeah, I also did every single Caleb Williams snap. So this could be, I switched it over to every Caleb snap. So this could be bad. This could be, I'm not going to say the word. Oh, yeah, this is the awkward thing. This is what bad teams do. We just got these awkward plays where Keon White gets tripped up, he falls, and then we still don't get anything out of it. What? It's just a gross play. Like, it is a gross play. So I'll drink to that because this is a nasty play. Doesn't help, too, that we have to wait a while for them to even get the play in. Let's see it again. We got the toss. And also, so I need to slow this down a little bit more as soon as they do that toss. Because I don't know why Mercedes stops back and like hits him a little bit. Because if he's out here, like he needs to be out here. I don't know if he just wanted to at least just help Cole a little bit, right? But because his leg's out, he gets tripped up. Swift wants to get out here. Now he's got the edge open. I think that Mercedes needs to be out there. He must have just seen that Cole was going to get beat, so he wants to help. And ultimately, that's where that blows up there. He doesn't want to just jump right through. Shelton gets beat again. Go figure. And then now this play's dead. So, Lewis, you'd say, play your role. Just stick your hand out. His leg was also out there. So it's like, if you want to help, just at least slow down, keep a hand on him, and then get to that next level. He ends up sticking back. And then what you ultimately see is that Shelton's going to get beat. That's kind of what he does. And so that's why it blows up. Okay, so let's check out this design. So yet again, you kind of have the one-on-one coverage out on the outside. You have the deep safety. And what they're showing here, I just want to see Rome does a little cutback, but he's also looking primarily on this right-hand side. They end up going man. Yet again, Caleb has typically struggled with, or our wide receivers have actually typically struggled with man-to-man coverage. And here, you kind of got nothing going on. And this is classic Shane Waldron. Out the corner. And Caleb's already looking off of that. And there's nothing going on because there's already on the back. And yeah, like, there's nothing to it. No one's here. Like, you don't really have anything. Everyone's kind of got, like, he simply jumps this, right? He sees this all the way, jumps that, and he's covered, And let's just see where his eyes go. Let's watch the eyes. It's going right. He wants to go here, doesn't go there, wants to look in the middle, but you have a defender right there too, so not great. Looks back. You could have maybe roamed, but it's like, this one I'll blame the wide receivers. I don't think that the receivers are really getting open. Weird design too. So Waldron, you get a little bit of slash too. So, oh man, Shy Drax having some Crown Royal. Yeah, I'm having what is it called? Talisker. I like I'm a fan of the Talisker whiskeys and stuff. It's kind of, if you like smoky whiskeys, that's the thing. I like the super peaty. It helps me. It helps me with the crappiness of the bears, right? Ever want your face to be thrown into a fire? That's why I have it. Also, Bearski saying both teams still wound up 7-9. Yeah, but lost all divisions. More recent teams. I mean, yeah, there's only 2 in history. Yeah. But let's see. Have the Bears ever lost all division games? Yeah, I don't. Yeah. But let's see. So the blocking right now. Boom, boom. He looks like he's going to come in. Okay. Holding up, holding up, holding up. And then, yeah, he just, I was going to say gets around right, but it's good blocking. It's just no one's open. This is just where, like, you know, you're not going to try to, if you flutter that's insane. But yeah, he's down. The Patriots talked about this, where Nicholas Moriano from CHGO was talking about this, where he was asking the Patriots, and the Patriots were saying that, hey, we knew their tendencies, so kudos to their coaching staff for understanding the tendencies. So here, it looks like they're showing kind of like zone right now, because you got 5 at the line of scrimmage. You have him as the deep. No one's really on him. This is kind of the good person to be looking for, because I think that guy, yeah. And you see him run in, this should be your guy. Then boom, 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 and then 1 deep. So you're kind of expecting it to be a zone, but they're not playing that. So right when you hit here, great read. Little outside, but great read, great throw, good throw. Yeah, J2K, what's good? Yeah, right? We're sick and twisted Bears fans, right? This is what we want to see. So let's check out this. I think that he threw it away before he could do damage. And look, you already see, like, Coleman shot like crap. Yeah, 3 number 1 wide receivers can't get open, right? Yeah, 3 of them can't get open. I run up the middle. That's where it's like, when I was on Bearski Film, we're talking about it. We're like, where do you put blame? And this is where, like, the wide receivers, you added these wide receivers for a reason, and they're just, it's not getting open. That's where you blame the scheme. And I've heard, too, a lot of people saying, like, the scheme is very predictable about what they're running. And we've called this out, where they do the out, they do the double outs to the other side. But let's see the block in here. We're in the second quarter now. So we got the shift, we got the wham. This is typically when you have this and the tight end is going, they want them to really smack this dude, not just kind of stand there, because now he's got all this space. Now he can run right into you and close this gap. So now you have all these guys blocking this way. That's good. And now you got boom. And just, he gets skinny, gets in the hole. That's a, I felt like he needed to go this way and he needed to smack that. And actually they end up doing that. Just not great execution, but hey, you still get some yards. That's all you got to do. As long as you block him for a little bit, that's how you get yards. But Mick Foley saying, is it time to trade DJ Moore? This is the thing. We really can't now because he signed that deal. So unfortunately, we can't trade him without taking a huge cap penalty. But yeah, that's where I feel like he's regretting signing that deal. And honestly, I'm kind of regretting that too, because you can tell he doesn't want to be here. And Rome, I said this on Bearski Film, like, to me, Rome, I feel, is the one that's probably that Caleb wants to develop as the number 1, because they have a good chemistry. Him and DJ, he has to do that, right? They bought him. They already purchased DJ Moore And, Keenan's a rental. This is the person that he likes. So, yeah, and this is one of the things that Caleb said that this was actually on him because this is an option. So he could hand this ball off, which he decides not to, where he's supposed to get it, and then he could potentially get it. So because he's blitzing in, he throws it to DJ. But in his defense, this is a good throw. Keenan, he ain't blocking. And this is all on Keenan. So I know that Caleb can defend this, but if Keenan blocks his guy, this is a first down. Because DJ's going to outrun this dude. Keenan ain't looking. But yeah, I agree. Dunze clearly has the best chemistry that's out there. But yeah, that's where DJ, because of the deal, if you do that, you're eating a huge chunk of guaranteed money because all that guaranteed money is loaded up front. So they have to make that marriage work. This play is just gorgeous. And imagine this too. So I looked at this. They only had 10% play action passes where they actually ran a play action. This might have been one of the 2 plays that they actually did. But look at this. They're all running this way, and they got him. It's like when you're running the football a bunch, and then you do this, it makes sense. So why aren't we doing more of this? I agree with Mark, though. DJ is the person that's I'm very frustrated with DJ. It's just DJ's on my bad side. I'm frustrated with him because you're supposed to be a leader. And I've heard people say, too, they're like, every wide receiver has an ego because they do. They think they're always open. It's kind of like with the corners. Those playmakers have this, wide receivers and corners have the biggest egos. Offensive linemen, not so much. But yeah, it's DJ's getting on my nerves. Just his body language, it does not help with everything. But yeah, early in this game, I didn't think it was that bad. Yeah, I agree with J2K. Doesn't seem that bad. Here's the classic out and hits it. Man coverage, good. We have not seen Keenan make this much separation in quite some time, but you kind of have that little rub. But yet again, this is when we talk about predictability for this Bears do this all the time. This little boop and boop. And that's it. The little twos. So we see that. Good throw. Good play by Caleb. So Mick's saying, so there's no way of not messing up. Correct. So with DJ, there's really no way to mess up. Or you're messing up the cap. I don't have the exact numbers in front of me. But yeah, check out so some resources. Check out overthecap.com, Mick, and then if you go to then you can go to 2025, and then they'll show if you wanted to trade DJ Moore before, it'll actually show how much dead cap it has. So it's a good tool if you've ever tried that out. So yeah, I don't know off the top of my head, but yeah, all that guaranteed money, unless they have some weird language written into the contract, is going to eat that. So it's one of those, as soon as he signed it, it's all right, well. But before that, he had 0 guaranteed money. So, yeah, check it out. That's what I actually use a lot of times just to kind of check out those things. And they also have the pre-June 1st cuts, post-June 1st cuts. It's an awesome tool. Yeah, agreed, Mick. He's looking so far on that left-hand side. That's a good point. Because whenever he does that and you have 2 people out there, then that's when you got the out and that corner going. But let's see this. It looks like he just snaps it. He's like, all right, I'm ready. Here's Caleb. Fading it, looking left. You can tell that this is... So what did Caleb see here? So what Caleb sees here is that he sees this safety down. He sees that when he motions him, he likes this matchup on the outside. He wants... And this is... Speaking of Shane Waldron special, this is another Shane Waldron special where you have two people running the same exact route right next to each other. This is terrible play design. Because then also I want to bring it back to like at the start of the play. Rome's not super far out. Like they're close together. And if you're running this 4 verts concept, we're running 4 verts on first down and 15. And we're doing 4 verts right next to each other. This ain't good. And so Caleb, I like Caleb's eyes in this. He's kind of like looking at nothing. And then he goes, okay, I know I want to go to Rome. Lobs it. This dude's just on him. Gross. I've been drinking, so it's okay for me to say gross. I'll take a sip for that. Oh, good point, J2K. This is the one that they thought was offsides. Yep, right there. That's the reason why. They think it's offsides. They say go. Good point. Good point. That's it. That's it. Yeah. And I agree, Taco Man. Those overthrows, man. If you drank for every overthrow. Okay, so let's check out this route design. Got the move. You got 2, 2. Back. Snaps the ball. Caleb's looking left. So you know that you see him shifting over. So you got deep. Then you're assuming, well, then maybe it might turn into either a cover 3. Maybe because then you got him deep, him deep. Got the out right there. Oh, he's looking. I think he's looking Rome's way. But right here, it's like you. This is where Cole's good. And we said this during the preview show. We're like, dude, Cole should be your second option every single play. I don't care what it is. I think he's looking Rome's way. He wants Rome to beat him here. Rome doesn't, but yeah, Cole's wide open. I don't think he's looking at him. So he cuts back. Hey, ends up playing it well. And 2, with the wide receiver routes, look at this. Boom. That's great. And Bearski Films, when we were talking about this, they brought up a really good point where Keenan Allen has had like the deepest routes that he's ran in quite some time. He's a short dude. Not literally, he's a short route dude. That this is what you want to see. That's what he gives you. Bam. And then you got DJ deep. That's good stuff. Yeah, should have gone middle. Goes right there. I agree. I like what J2K is saying. Like, that's a good read by Caleb. And this is what I feel optimistic about with Caleb is the whole reads, the going through it. When this is going on, this is smooth. And I'm not going to review like Justin Fields or Mitch Trubisky tape, but this is where he's different. Like he goes through these things very well. And blocking, actually I hit the wrong button. No, I do want to see that play one more time. Yeah, now let's look at the end zone view. I agree. I think that he does favor Keenan over DJ. I think that that's the... I think like with Keenan, he's starting to like him a little bit more. Pryor get beat a little bit to the outside. Good hold there. Yet again, Tevin's your best offensive lineman. The most consistent. Borum with a good pass rep snap right there. TP17, what's good? Saying can't wait to watch a real quarterback play for the Bears after Caleb gets benched in a couple weeks. I don't think they would. Not gonna lie, it did cross my mind though. It did cross my mind to be like, hey, would they do something like that? Let's look at the sidelines of this play. But yeah, I do think that, yeah, he is favoring Keenan. Oh, never mind. This is the same one. Come on. 22. Come on, NFL Pro. Let's go. Sprinting out there. They're going fast. Boom. Hit him. Get him. You got him. That's on Caleb right there. Because, like, you see how fast they're getting up to the line? You're playing fast. You're playing fast. You're playing fast. Caleb snaps it. You see this all the way. He's following him. He's got that. Boom. Caleb delays. That little bit. Ball gets out incorrectly. And you even see, like, he does this little stutter. And we saw this, was it last week? Keenan had something and he kind of like patted the ball a little bit. You just see the little whoop, like you see his feet. He gets a little antsy right there, but you got to get it out. You see what the route is. You got to get it out. That's on Caleb. Was it tipped? We'll see. But yeah, he does need to get that out. Yeah, something was off. And good call by Mick. Like, you also have a Dunze coming open. And this is where it's like you just got it. He needed that quick. If you don't have that, to Mick's point, you got Rome flying across the middle. Blocking, you got Bates just beaten. But yeah, it looks like nothing. I'll try to pause it. Yeah, his arms aren't up. So yeah, that's just bad. Muck, what's good? Saying no doubt Caleb had a bad game, but it was greatly exacerbated by the play calling. Okay, let's check this out. It's back to line. He's looking left. Yeah, this ain't gonna happen. Okay, good. You see him just go like, yeah, they got him there, him there, him there. You have 3 people here, so that means something's gonna be good here. What are they even doing at this top? Rome doesn't even look like he wants to run this route. Yeah, these guys are basically covered. Keenan's... All right. And so this is a good coaching moment for Caleb, right? You need to identify all these players. And you need to also understand who's coming and who's not. Because he's on that. He's on that. You have 2 high. And then you have 1 close. And then you have your 2 linebackers. And you have 4 at the line of scrimmage, right? So no one's on Keenan right here, right? As soon as they snap, this is what we've talked about with him understanding that wherever the blitz is coming from, chances are no one's going to be on that side. You have 3 people here and 1 extra person. Keenan's open. This is a big coaching moment. He's looking to the left-hand side. This guy's dropping back. You see this? Boom. Keenan's open. And that's why Keenan's kind of slowing up. As soon as he goes to that, this guy sees it. He's running. But yeah, as soon as that's going on and you see this, just make them pay. But yet again, rookie quarterback, rookie mistakes. He's looking left while they have 3 people as that guy's dropping back. So actually, I'm going to start a poll. I'm going to just take a poll for all of y'all. What do you hope the Bears do? Fire Getsy? No, not Getsy. Fire Getsy again. Fire Floose and Waldron. Fire Waldron. Fire Floose. Keep everyone together. And send. Actually, I got to drop this down a little bit, and then we can watch the other play. Actually, I cannot send that. So I'll just remove the whole get everyone together. Actually, it won't let me add the play. Dang it. Yeah, y'all can just post it in the chat. It won't let me create the poll for some reason. Yeah, it's being weird. But yeah, like we saw with that, I'm actually going to go back to the other one because I was messing around with OBS right there. This is also when Tevin was injured. Let's look at the end zone view. And this is where, okay, rookie quarterback not identifying the blitz properly. They also blitzed around 50% of the time, which I think was third most. Halfway decent blitz pickup. You keep it to the outside. He runs it up the middle. That's good, especially against a man-heavy team. So, yeah, they blitzed 48.8% of the time. So they were, no matter who they are, they're going to be blitzing a rookie quarterback because they know that he just can't handle it. And also, yet again, this is, you can sniff this out. I would have bet everything that this was a run play. They love running stuff like this. But yet again, I don't love how maybe they're teaching it this way. You could have one of two different ways of teaching this, whether your tight end just sits back and, hey, just make sure you get a hat on a hat. But yet again, typically when you're running something like this, you're supposed to boom. And we saw this, watch the like when we were watching the Cardinals tape, they were doing this a lot. Tight end comes running in, boom, and then they end up creating that lane because now you expect him to get to the next level, him to get here, him to get here, him to get here. And what ends up happening? Now, you got no hole. There's no hole. He's got the outside. Nothing's there. Swift gets skinny. And Swift ends up getting some yards. This is where, like I said this during the post game, I don't like that they took. I love Roschon Johnson, but I didn't like how they took out Swift. Because Swift, you can see here, just wants it, right? So you got boom, he should take him, and then now you got three people. So this is not good numbers for you immediately. This is just a numbers game. Because you see the blocking all shift onto the inside. So in theory, the play design is he should take him, 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 he should take him. And since the safety's in the box, it's him versus the safety. And Keenan does nothing. Keenan does nothing. Keenan just, like, I don't know what he's trying to achieve here, but he's not achieving anything. So ultimately, like, that's great. And in some run designs, you want them to actually go against the corner. So, but yet again, you're going against Anthony Jennings. So you got defensive end. It's just, this is just a gross, like, you'd like to see Caleb being able to, like, audible out of that. But kudos goes out to Swift. Swift's first play, we gave him a knock. We said, Swift, you ran in the wrong spot. And he did. But now, Swift, those are some good plays. Let's see here. He gets stopped here. Let's see if he ends up doing it. Did I say gross? Damn it. You got like the ears of a hawk. But let's see this blocking. We got the duo system. We got the 2-2. So yet again, they're loading the box here. You're hoping that your vet can run over here and hit that block. And let's just see kind of the movement on the line as we go. Okay. So they initially engage. Boom, boom. So they should get here. They should get here. All right. Then boom, boom. So they hit. You want them to get off. He ain't going to do anything. And all right. This is that Larry Borum run block special that we're talking about. Borum's just, I don't know. Did Big Dog hit him too hard? Like, you got this guy. Kudos to him to just literally, like, the spring in his legs to get down and just pops back up. That's Borum getting cooked. Like, Borum, like, did he hit him too hard? Like, that's the only thing I can think. Because then literally, he gets to the next level, which he's supposed to try and do. Borum's off his guy. This guy just pops right through Borum. So, that's it. Bearsky say, yeah, we got to have the whiskey. Then, yeah, Borum getting cooked all game. And this is what's hard, too, is because now you got Doug Kramer center. Because Nate Davis is like, you know what, I don't need to play anymore. And then this is where, they just have your way with the offensive line. And they talked about this where people have said that they feel like this Bears team is soft. Like the Matt Nagy soft. Where you can just kind of toss people around. Doug Kramer is a center-only player. He's a center-only guy. And same thing with Shelton. Which, yet again, I like centers that can play center. But when they only can play center and you don't have any backup guards that are out there, you should not be playing him at the center position. But let's see. So we got this play. We got the double. He should try to get to that next level. Really nothing going on. And it's kind of like doomed from the start. This just looks a little bad. Got them kind of cheating over it this way anyways. So he's got to go this way and get to him. So you ideally want him to take this linebacker, him to take this guy. And now he's going to the only hole that he can. And he just gets beat. Kramer just gets tossed. It's just... All right, so let's see what he sees pre-snap. So pre-snap, you have the safety way out here. Interesting look. You got the other safety way over here. I don't love that Caleb's looking left unless he's going to look left first to try to draw them and then turn it back. Ends up doing that. You got Cole. I repeat. You had Cole there. Like, Cole's open. And that's where, like, if he's looking left purposely to then cut back to the right, you also have this too. I don't know why he's looking left. Like I said, the only reason why you're looking left is to draw people this way to then hit this route to the right. So if you're looking back, especially when they're giving you this look, there's some dude way out here. There's a safety way out here. This ain't going to be open if he's in coverage. He's in coverage. He takes one step back. Do not look at DJ Moore. I copy. Do not look at DJ Moore here. You should now be instantly reading back because you have this beat right here. You have Keenan open. Then you have Cole Kmet open. That's on Caleb. That's on Caleb right there. You have Cole and Keenan open right there. So that I put on Caleb. Because on some of these we're putting it on who's to blame for this. Right? You see this? And yet again, pre-snap, we can tell, right? Let's say that DJ is the first read. Pre-snap, there's someone already cheating over there. So you're kind of like I said, what the heck is that guy doing over there? What he is, he's going back in coverage. So because of that, switch over. And let's just look at the blocking. They're only sending 3. And hey, kudos to Borum. I don't know if it was an actual hold, but he's the only one in single blocking. But yeah, that's on Caleb right there. Yeah, and that's like what Mick was saying. That's exactly what he must have been. That's like what we were talking about, where if he's looking left, and then now when you hit it back to the right, now you go, right? You got everybody cheating on that side. Go back, cork it. But he just didn't pull the trigger. Like it's a perfect. He's got the right idea, right? He's looking left, goes back, throw it. But yeah, that's there. Yeah. Looking right. All right, and let's just look at pre-snap what we're looking at. We essentially got this. So they give the too high look. Safety ends up crashing down a little bit. So you're going, okay, you got the one safety deep. That's what they're going to do. He starts shifting in. So you got single high. Now you're just curious, okay, is this going to be a cover 3 or are they going to be playing man here? You instantly come out the gate. You have Cole on the quick route because the safety's trying to jump in. But yet again, you only have a short little amount of time because he's coming in on him. So you're, in my opinion, they might be playing more of a man-to-man since he is kind of running down. You have Cole. He throws it late. But where's his eyes first? Because also, what do you have developing? You have a curl there. You have a curl deep, and then you have DJ cutting across the middle. And then you got Roshan as kind of the exhaust wide open. But yet again, I'm not blaming this right here, right? We're not going to blame this. We're not going to be in that camp because he's got that. But yeah, like the check down's open. But mainly when he doesn't have a lot of time because he gets beat real fast. But it's, yet again, they're only rushing 4. They get home with 4. When you're looking right, or if he's looking middle, you got that guy there. You got to get it out. And he identifies it, but just a tick late. I get where he's going with it, where he's already looking right, goes out there. Yeah. And Cole, this is another week where I put $10 on him on the over because I'm like, Cole's got to get involved, right? And this is why Cole should be involved. And actually, his eyes are down the middle, which, as soon as you see this guy sitting here, you can clearly see he's playing his own. To me, you got to look off of him. Go to Cole. Go to Cole or check down. Because technically check down's wide open. So Cole or check down. But what we see here is we see Ryan Bates. What? How can a backup right guard for the Buffalo Bills get beat like this? I don't understand. Sorry, I won't make smart comments like that. But yeah, he gets beat. Anyone else get beat? Borum gets pushed back a little bit, but hey, he's still at least there. And Doug Kramer's just trying his darndest, but his little arms, like he's got little arms. That's why he's a center. That's what's good. Saying, I believe Poles is running the show with Caleb. Luce left his job, was in jeopardy. Yeah. It's tough. Yeah. Bates is all supposed to be this fast dude, too. All right, let's check out. Let's check out the pre-snap. What are we looking at? Okay, so we got 2 high. They've been doing this where one's up at the line, one's deep. So I'm kind of going, okay, maybe it's like going to be a cover 3 type of deal. Got him deep, but now you got him shifting. As soon as they see that, they shift him back to the middle. So you got 3 players up there, one here, one here. Or you got your linebacker. Safety's really cheating up, so either safety's coming here or he's coming after your quarterback and here. So looks like it's probably going to be man-to-man maybe, unless they kind of shift over to like a cover 2. Let's see what ends up happening. Okay, single high. He's running in. You got a man look. And so he's looking to the right-hand side. You got him. Boom. He's open. Yet again, this is pre-snap stuff. Like we said, I am not an expert. I am watching this live. This is my first time going through it. And we just literally broke it down right here. You got 3 people here. You got the single high. Chances are this is going to be a man-to-man coverage. And you're already looking right. He's on him. He's on him. So who's got him? Boom. And this is where, like, my whole thing about the firing the coaching staff is from the morale. Like, are you able to continue to coach Caleb? This is something where this guy's wide open. And he's playing more of a spy or kind of like on the running back. So he's looking at the running back right here. But this is where they're caught up. And you have to, that's next level play right there, but it's identifying what's there rather than just going through this typical 1 and 2. Boom. But he's still looking right. Let's see how everything else develops. And yeah, we're probably going to, run the same exact freaking concept that we always do. Right? That's exactly what we said. It's the same. And yeah, I agree with Bearski, right? It's easy for us to call this out. And this is where we see, like, it's either later on in the game, he just continues to be shell-shocked and continue to have that, like, high energy, like, but like what we were talking about, Caleb was making some really good calls, but now he's not feeling as good. But here's our classic, you got the out, and then you got the box. Or like you got the out, and then, And Caleb's like, you know what? I'll do it myself. No one else is really open at that time. Runs it. Sack 9 times, yeah. That's the only other thing I can think of too, Mick, is like he sees the linebacker in the middle, and does he think then he's supposed to go back? And this is where, yet again, you have to, it's easy for us up here to watch this and for me to say, hey, he needs to hit that. But this is where it's like that numbers game of reading it beforehand, seeing what the defense gives them, and then attacking it this way, right? That's quarterback not 101. That's quarterback, 201 or 301 or anything like that, to be able to identify this and then be like, all right, man. So he's just looking on that right-hand side. And something that I'm going to actually go back to this. Something that I do not like that Waldron does. I will give this against Waldron strongly. This is a concept that is typically ran, because I remember Ohio State ran this a lot with Justin Fields, and this was something that I was looking at a lot with Justin Fields. When you run a route concept like this, and you have your tight end out here, and you have then the out up on this top of the screen, typically you then also have your check down going on this side as well. Why? Because if they're running zone coverage, this is a huge zone beater, because you go, okay, are we going to have the deep route? Or are we going to have the intermediate route? Or are we going to have the short route? We typically have our check down all the way on this other side. So you only have 2 routes to kind of get home. So that's something that I don't like, that he's kind of going away. I think it's a flood concept. I don't have all the concepts completely memorized for the vocab nerds out there, but that's something that you do not see with Waldron's system, is like that. It's a standard look that typically ends up happening, but you just don't really see it with Waldron. Let's see how this blocking goes. Okay, boom, boom. Borum beat to the outside. And hey, look at that. Yet again, 201 class right there, but all that he's really looking at is that outside route. And now we got hurry up, back up to the line. Okay, let's just look at this look. You got one deep. You got single coverage on the outside. Safety probably looking over here. So these two are probably looking here. These 5 I'm anticipating are going to rush. Boom, boom. He's going to be on him. He's going to be on him. So quick process. You probably are going to have him depending on what the safety does. Run. All right. We ran it. And the only other thing I can think of is if this wasn't going to be a read. Or maybe he's got the read, but yeah, ultimately you're not really going to hit that. Hands it off. Absolute loss. I'll drink to that, Taco Man. Gross. All right, I'll say it. That was gross right there. Want to know why this play doesn't work? Wait, let me see if I can pause it. Right there. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is why this didn't play. Or what? I didn't even speak English there. That is why, ladies and gentlemen, that did not work right there. We got to have some sort of sense of humor as we watch this. That is Shelton. I haven't seen a center get beaten like that since the Lucas Patrick days, which unfortunately was last season. Yeah, I think that Bates just thought that, hey, he can't get beat that bad. And he's like, you underestimate my power. But let's see what ends up going out here. Okay, so I'm going to start doing this more because usually I always just analyze the routes and I don't do a lot of this pre-play stuff. We definitely need to do it here. So you got one up here. So you got single coverage. You also got the safety cheating over more to the right-hand side. You have this safety cheating down. So you got a extra safety right here. No one else is here. I'm probably going to want to shift stuff over here. You got linebacker in the middle. And so my guess is you should go boom and then try and shift. If I'm Coleman Shelton, I'm shifting over here because you got 1, 1, 1. And then you got the linebacker in the middle, safety shifting over this way. Do you just hot route to try and say, hey, you got this one-on-one coverage? So this is something that I'm at least looking at. I'm looking at what these blitzers do. Let's see what ends up happening when they snap. As soon as they snap, he bounces out. So if I'm Shelton, I'm going, okay, he's bouncing out. So maybe they might be doing something over here. We flip it. But you see him, he's kind of creeping over here. You still have the one-on-one coverage to the outside. I like that. You just don't hit it. I like his read. We processed everything that I think that he should have done. He just doesn't hit it. Blames the Smoky Bourbon. Yeah. All right, let's look at the blocking here. Blocking's not bad. Just missed throw. DJ wide open. I'll look at the other angle too. And like I said, I think that with this, exactly what we broke down, you have this matchup. They are daring you to make this. Literally nobody's on Rome here. And yeah, DJ does beat his guy. They're playing deep on him. Is this third down? 2nd and 14. So yeah, DJ's open. On the other side, I get why he's throwing this route. Like we said, right? You're looking at this pre-snap. You got the one-on-one. Yeah, exactly. Wide receiver, our so-called great wide receivers are dropping passes and other things. And this is when I get down to even like the coaching, because it's like, how do we consistently miss this all the time? right, but let's look at this pre-snap look. Okay, you got him cheating in. You got him cheating up. I'm curious to see what they're doing up here. You got a lot of people up on this interior, so I'm assuming that this is going to be a zone. Zone also, actually, never mind, because we also missed. We have 3rd and long. So, yeah, they're going to probably be playing a little bit back, which they are. It looks more like a cover 3, cover 4-esque type of thing. Tries to hit the little dump off. And here's another, like, we're doing the little short. We got our 2 good wide receivers, a little short of the sticks as soon as they come out, right? Short of the sticks, short of the sticks. Not sure why we're doing that. Ultimately, this one gets tipped. And then let's look at the blocking. Parr gets whooped on the outside. I don't mind. At least Kramer like threw a little hip right there. And Borum holds his own at least. But then White ends up just tipping that. Or, yeah. I agree with Sweaty Shorts too. Yeah, a lot of times you see those wide receivers in the same space. But like I said, with what Caleb processed in that beginning part, even though that DJ becomes open, I like his decision making. I think that's, yet again, you're reading what the defense provides to you, and technically that worked. It's just misfire throw right there. So yet again, you got single high up here. You got single high safety. You got one-on-one coverage on the outside. Let's see what we have. We have 3 on the line. We got 2 on the outside. And then you have your 2 linebackers in. And then you have tight end. And then what? Other tight. So you have 2 tight ends, wide receiver. Got that coverage here. So I'm a little interested here. I don't love the idea of like completely challenging this. It's not that where you just go, okay, we definitely have to go here. This right-hand side is going to be the interesting side. And what this guy does. You're assuming that he's probably going to blitz. Yep. So he blitzes. You got the coverage on here. And then you have this out. So you have some of the numbers on the outside. This guy's running. You have man coverage. He's looking for the one-on-one versus with DJ. He throws it. Good release. Boom. Love it. And I agree. I think that's why you see DJ so frustrated. Like he does get open. This is where this is great. Like when you have this and you have that wide open, when you have them truly doing it, that's what DJ did. Great stuff. The ISO ball does seem to work. Like when the Bears do this where they stretch them out like that, it does seemingly work. Let's look at the blocking. This guy holds hands with Kramer and just gets straight in. Let's look at some of the other pieces. Yet again, they're kind of showing 5. This is Anthony Jennings on the like far wide. Yeah, you see him out there. But yeah, really the only person getting beat here is Kramer. Pryor with a good block. I'm going to say this before Borum like lets up. Like Borum in the running game has been not great. Borum in the passing game, he's either like doing an amazing block or he's just getting completely just whooped. There's no in between. There's no like, you know what, that was an block by Borum. It's either he's completely messing up or he's doing a very good block. There we go. And then we have not been running for quite some time. Okay. Snap. Boom. Boom. DJ's at least blocking someone. You got the 2. So you got this like kind of duo. Another little crack block. So you're hoping you can get this area right here. Cole's a little bit in, and you got Pryor. What happens with... So they're shifting to the inside. Pryor kind of gets stopped. You see Cole trying to help out. And honestly, good little switch there. Because I think typically you're trying to... I feel like Cole should actually hit this, so then this becomes open. But he doesn't. And so it's inside. One thing that I've also learned with this is I always like kind of just put Cole as like a good blocking tight end. And there's a lot of questions that I have. But like he's not this like amazing, he's not a bad blocking tight end, but it's not like amazing anything like that. All right, so let's see what they show before the motion. One deep safety, two, I'm kind of looking at this as two deep safeties, corner, and then you got your two tight ends, and also you got there, and then you got two linebackers in motion. You have them moving, okay? They're showing you a two high shell, and then with this, it's okay. Is it going to be man or zone? With him being on the outside, you're kind of saying, okay, this is going to be a cover two, which it is. So cover two zone. And then now, what are you have only 3 people running routes. So Caleb's got to start. And yet again, this is what they love to do. They love to do the out and then one here. The actual concept is to run 3 to one side. So you go 1, 2, 3. But the Bears go, no. We're just going to do 2 options. And that's where the Waldron system kind of loses me a little bit. You're not running the actual concept that is 3 to one side. You're running a similar concept with 2 to that left-hand side. And then, you have Keenan essentially sitting there. And like right now, he's just trying to escape. And this is also max protect. Or not max protect. You're only sending 3 out there, so you have 2 back blocking. But we're not able to block. All right. Let's see who done messed up. Yeah, it's not a flood. It's a puddle. I like it. Well said, J2K. You know what? That's going to be it. We're going to call it. We'll trademark this, J2K. It's the puddle concept. We have it live on the chat. It is now the Shane Waldron puddle concept. So we got block. It's just, yet again, he's not a guard. And the fact that, and it sounds like Nate Davis was supposed to play, but Nate Davis was like, nah, dude, I ain't going to be playing today. So you have him out there at the guard position. And he's got his little arms, and he can't block these guys. You have all like, so you got the doubles, but ultimately one guy gets beat. And then you have a defensive end versus a tight end. And Cole is going to get beat by a defensive end. You can't put all that on Cole Kmet right there. So Gerald Everett doesn't help him out, which that should be like, kind of help out Pryor, then go help out Cole. But let's see how many more puddles we get now. All right, let's look at the concept at the very beginning. I need to continue doing that. So let's look at the very beginning. So you got DJ going to the outside. Okay, so they're not switching. They're just kind of doing a little something. So now you got the one deep safety. You have him out there. This is a corner, so you're kind of assuming some zone. But you're not guaranteeing it just because they don't do that all the time. You got 3 wide receivers on the left-hand side, so you kind of like the numbers because one of these will be a safety. So you kind of like this left-hand side, especially you have Roshan. And then up in the middle, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the line. You have the linebacker that's starting to, you see that little twitch. He's running in. He's also kind of at the line too. So now you see him running in. All right, here we go. You have 3 up top. You have 3 in coverage. You got 1 here. So to me, yet again, the blitz is coming from the left-hand side. So chances are something's going to happen to the left. This guy's deep. DJ's getting coated all over. And then now you have these long developing routes. These guys aren't even looking around. And DJ's route is long developing. It's cut in, cut back out. And it's third down. It's third down. I understand these, but you need something that's quick, especially when you know someone's going to be blitzing. And that's why he can't get it out. Because he already has a dude coming right at him. I don't like that. And this is something like with Shane Waldron. I don't like that from Shane Waldron. This is 0% on Caleb Williams. There's nothing he can do there. There's nothing he can do. This is a sack. And you need that quick out. But yet again, we're reading everything. He's running at that. He's coming in. You kind of see that quick little twitch right there. Ball's out. Okay. You kind of have the good numbers. Like, honestly, right now, he's on him. 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 And then you have Roschon who can kind of pick someone up. Roschon goes a little bit far to the inside. Does not see that. Don't love that pass block from Roschon. But ultimately, as crazy as this sounds, it works exactly into Roschon's favor. This guy's running in. Roschon's trying to help. Roschon's actually in position to make this block. It's just Doug Kramer gets absolutely cooked. Doug Kramer gets cooked. Bates gets beat on his side. Yeah, Doug Kramer is not good at football. Oh. Yet again, Doug Kramer's not a guard. All right. And here we go. Another play action. Our second play action of the game. So what we're seeing right here, deep safety. They're lined up across, and then you got 6 people at the line of scrimmage. 6 people at the line, probably assuming that none of these linebackers are actually going to be blitzing. Boom, boom. So maybe like a cover 3 of some sort. And wait, who else do you have? This is 3 tight ends? Yeah, you have a 3 tight end set. Okay, so you got a big tight end set. And good. You got the play action because they're assuming that you're probably going to run. Boom, Cole Kmet wide open. Let's go. Nope. Let's not go. Because why? We can't have nice things. And this is another play action working. And we only ran 10% play action. Yet again, did not run a lot of play action here. But this is, you're giving them these looks that this is how the Bears run. This is a Bears look, and they're all cheating that way. And look at this. He's wide open, and he got that. And just doesn't go. Oh. That's a bad Caleb thing right there. I agree with Phil. Right there. That's an easy route. It's an easy throw. You got to hit that. And then Shane Waldron sees that and says, this is why we never run play action. We'll never do this again. All right, let's see what look they got. Single high. 3 linebackers here, 2 corners up. You know, kind of screams some man coverage in my mind. And what we're seeing here, exactly what we're seeing some man coverage. So with this, you're kind of seeing this as man coverage. So you got the linebacker on him. He reads it to the right. That's at least a little bit there. Makes the play. Good. Muted myself before I said good. All right. Shelton can beat. It's just that interior. My God. I got to say, Pryor at least has not looked terrible. Bates has had some bad stuff. I mean, yet again, first game back from injury. Let's see. Let's see what we have here. Shifts to the inside. They just do a little switch. Nothing that is like a huge tell. One deep safety. Okay. You got 4. You have kind of this little delayed blitz. Linebacker kind of coming out to the outside. You have 2 right here. And I think he might think that he's going to be on it. But, man, Keenan runs a good route. And there's our puddle concept. There's the puddle concept right there. Trademark Shane Waldron. But, hey, he gets open. Caleb just starts looking away, but he's open. And maybe he's looking at DJ there. And he just kind of forces it to Kmet. But hey, Kmet's good at football. The puddle concept. It's undefeated, except for all the times it doesn't work. But yeah, you got Keenan. He gives up on that route a little. He gives up on the route a little bit too soon. And yet again, we can also blame seeing ghosts, right? This is where the best thing that he can have is a good offensive line. And he's got just a bunch of scrubs in right now. They send the blitz, and you're supposed to. This is the guy that Ryan Poles wanted to be as the starting center. Ryan Bates getting cooked to the inside. Caleb, and then here you got Roschon Johnson. Look at that, Roschon Johnson starting right guard in the NFL. That's what he's got to play right there. Roschon, great blitz pickup, but honestly, great move up from Caleb. Good spot to really kind of force that in. But yeah, you would like to see him just look at Keenan a little bit longer. But yet again, I don't know how many sacks he had so far. Maybe it was like 3. So he was already getting peppered. In this play, you're moving fast. I think that this was the announcers that were talking about this. You got people that are moving fast out there. This is all about speed. And you gotta, I don't know if they're training the tight ends to like sit on some of these blocks, but we've talked about this even with like Cole Kmet. You got to get out there, boom, hit him. And I agree, J2K. Roschon Johnson is criminally underrated. He does exactly what you need for the running back. And also, Shy Drax agreed. Hit that like button. Helps out. And also, it's just fun. It's just fun for us to kind of be going through all this. And here, let's see where we're at right now. We're in the third quarter, 5.5 minutes left. Bears still have a chance. How naive we were back in the day. We thought we had a chance. But here you got one safety. You got corners deep. Safety here. So corners are really playing deep except for this one right up here. I'm curious about this because you're really, really close up here. You have 4 on the line. It looks like he wants to kind of go back a little bit. So I'm curious if they're going to kind of shift back and then something there. That's what we're seeing. Because, right, like I was saying, why is this guy so far up when all these people are back? Like something's going on with this dude. And that's when blitz. So right now, yet again, what do we say? Where's the blitz coming from? If that's the case, hit these guys. You got 2 guys. You have 1 guy here. Linebackers running all the way over here. And you already have your running back on your right-hand side. You should be looking to this right-hand side. He's looking left. Oh, they do a fake puddle. Look at this. He does the stop. And yeah. I mean, he's kind of getting off of his route a little. Like we saw this before. He doesn't like it, so he's kind of going through. He's trying to speed up his internal clock. Why? Because people are getting beat consistently. People are attacking him. So he's speeding up his internal clock. And I think he might think that, okay, he might want him to run a little bit faster, but yeah, tries to fit it in. But you do have Rome on the cutback. And it's this you're kind of chalking up. And you got Keenan. You have people. You have this. No, yeah, is this live? Yep, this is all live with me going through this, where it's just, yeah, this is my first time going through it as well. So this is just not good stuff. Not good stuff. This is just so many different things. Like, because Caleb gets off of it the first option pretty quick. Don't like that. And then Pryor gets directly beat to the inside. And yet again, he's spooked. So not to make excuses, but he's a little spooked right now. And I think he thinks he's going to go a little bit farther to the inside. And ultimately, yeah. Bad teams do bad things. And this is where it's like starting to catch up. But yet again, I think a lot of this too, it's the pre-snap, right? It's easy for us to see up here. And I think that's where like the main theme that we're seeing here is just the pre-snap, right? You got one with the tight coverage up here. So my guess is that they're probably going to have some help up here if they're going to pressure way up at this. And then down here, so you have him here. So something is going to happen here. And then you got the deep coverage out. So unplugged my stuff real quick. So you got close to the line, close to the line, close to the line. He's deep. Why? Because he's probably going to be kicking back, maybe to the out. So you got 5. They have press coverage, but yet again, boom. You have press coverage, and you have this, actually. I was thinking something was going to happen. I mean, I thought that you were going to have something out there. And who's 0? 0 is Christian Gonzalez. Okay, that's what I thought. So you got Christian Gonzalez in press coverage out here, and this is what we're talking about. You kind of, okay, something should happen here. He's not going back, so you have single high. You got single coverage here. Throw it. Like, that's what we saw Russell Wilson do, right? As soon as he saw something going, you have this look, get him. Because it's like, okay, they're, like I said, they're pressing him. You got to look at that. And ultimately, you're not. You're kind of having this max protect look, and you're a little bit late on that. And then you get sacked. They're sending 5, and not max protect, but it's, you kind of have the delay from Komet. And I agree with you, J2K. My whole thing, every year draft a running back at day 3. Like, if I could have it my way, that's exactly what you should do. Because then you have a consistent stable of 4 running backs, and you just keep on cycling them out. All right, but let's see. Block. 2 out here. Roshan ends up trying to help with this, which he should, because Borum gets absolutely cooked. Roshan does a good little look right here. And it's just everyone essentially gets beat. So I was like, oh, well, they could have had something. Borum gets beat. It looks like Pryor was getting beat. So yeah, you already kind of have Kramer getting beat. Borum's already cooked. And hey, Shelton, good job right there. Hey, these guys on the interior at least did something. Bates is getting pushed back a little bit. It's just a cluster. You just have him sitting back there. And this is where, like they were saying, he's looking at Roshan saying, okay, I got Roshan. So he's just kind of chilling back. Roshan has to take the block because Borum's getting whooped. Yeah. But yeah, I agree with like what Bearski makes a good point because yeah, it was they wanted Paxton Lynch. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, like the year before they wanted Paxton Lynch, and ultimately didn't get him. This is where too quarterbacks are such a crapshoot. Like no one. That's where the only thing that I've kind of like kicked around is the whole concept of, you know, in theory, do you trade back for quarterbacks because it is a crapshoot, or do you take the best bet? Right? It's something that's difficult. So also, what the hell is this play design? You have two people cutting this way, but your running back's clearly going this way. So you have two people out on the outside. Oddly enough, it kind of worked. That's a weird design. This is this crazy genius line that we see with the innovative play callers. We're like, I don't really get that. Good point, Bearski. Yeah, the 20 interceptions there. So let's see with this. Why was this so bad? So right out the get-go, got the double. Yet again, you want your double and then get to the next level. This guy cuts in, literally just takes out your left guard, takes out your center so no one can get to the next level. And then you have your linebacker wide open. And then to make matters worse, Borum gets beat. I hate being a Bears fan. like the linebacker's right there. He's right there. So yeah, and like poor Cole Kmet and like even like prior. Like this guy's already on this side. Like they don't expect him to run back. You know, the only thing that you can do is like if you this is where like Roshan would just run straight and get like a couple yards. But yeah, it's that's blocking right there. The run blocking's been so bad. All right, but let's at least look at this. All right, so you got boom, boom, and then you have him. You're assuming he's going to be on the tight end. You have 5 out the line of scrimmage. You have 3. You got the numbers up here. You got your running back here, corner, and then safety. So maybe like a too high. But something that you're looking at is what are these linebackers going to do? Who's going to kind of be on him? And I'm kind of if I'm Williams, I'm looking to this left-hand side. Even though they do have like 4. But yeah, look at the linebackers. Okay, so you got one kind of in. Never mind, he kind of pauses back out. Cool. So now you got the 2 high. You have man-to-man on the left-hand side. What are you doing? Chopping it down. And then, yeah, this is what they were saying in the broadcast. He just kind of runs, just chop. And he already knows that he's going to the out. What else is he going to do when he's breaking down? Rome kind of gets by his, but he's really looking at Cole. And ultimately, Cole just doesn't beat his guy. Tyrone Tracy was someone I loved. I'm just going to toot my own horn there. Tyrone Tracy was someone that I was like, dude, this guy is so freaking good. He's so good. Like before the season. Yeah, a little bit to the outside. But this is where you can find running backs late. And I was talking about this on Bearski Films like show. Like the thing that I don't love about Ryan Poles is it just the whole signing of the running backs where yet again, I am defending how Swift is playing because he's playing his heart out. And that's something that I respect. But you don't pay running backs. You really don't. Because like you see what Tracy's doing. You see what these other running backs are doing too. And it's like you can find a lot of these. And so yeah, let's see how this running. And also you see how much the run blocking is affecting this running game. Where Swift is making things happen a little bit. but he's still averaging only 2.7 yards a carry because we can't block. So that money, I would rather spend the money that we paid Swift for, say, a Tyler Biadasz, a center. So that's my thing, is that I would rather see that center than anything else. So, yeah, and Monty, RB2. But, yeah. Yeah, exactly. You don't pay. Like, I like how he's playing. But, so, yeah, in this NFL, like, it's that idea of, like, where do you put your money with your investments, right? Your money, just because you have money, you don't spend it. You know, and I got into a battle with a fan, and I got to say this. I got into a battle with a fan one time because I was saying why you shouldn't pay David Montgomery, because people were saying the rumor was that he was going to get $12 million for the Bears. And I said, no, do not do that. They're like, well, we have the money. It's like, no, we can use that money on other positions like offensive line. Like, think about that. Would you rather have Swift, or would you rather have Khalil? Like, would you rather have Khalil Herbert, Roschon Johnson, and have your center be Tyler Biadasz, right? Or would you rather have Swift and Coleman Shelton at center? Well, I'd rather have the running backs and Tyler Biadasz at center right about now. So that's my point with it. But let's see. Block, next level. Trying to get there. It's just a cluster. Yeah. It would have been nice to have Biadasz. He's a true center. And yet again, Bearski Films, we were talking about this where it's like the thing with like Nate Davis even. You got like for the Bears, they need to understand they can just cut their losses. Because all the stuff like with Chase Claypool last year, they were talking about it where like I remember Sylvie from Waddle and Sylvie was talking about like, yeah, internally they did not believe in Chase Claypool anymore. So trade him. Right? And then we saw the same thing with Velus Jones. They need to cut loose people like when it gets to be a problem. They seem to hold on to people too long, a la Shane Waldron and Matt Eberflus. So let's see what we got here. Got the 2. Hopefully they can get to the next level. No. 1, yes. But because of that, runs to the outside. Yeah, not terrible. That is true. It does take 2 to tango. Monty didn't really want to stay. Yeah. Yeah, that is, I think at the end of the day, to your point, J2K, like the whole thing was Monty had a contract from the Bears on the table, and he ended up taking, I think it was like less money to actually go to the Lions. Bears were offering him more money than that. So, yeah. And like Mooney, Mooney was fed up here too. Like I always said, Mooney was a good player. Yeah, I agree. I love that Mooney's doing well. I'm so thankful that he's doing well, just because he was always a good dude, and just was like I wish I did these tape breakdowns back when we had Darnell Mooney film, because Darnell Mooney consistently got open, consistently, and because whenever I would watch him, it's just like, dude, Darnell Mooney's he's a good player. He's a good receiver. And Claypool, I never liked that trade from the get-go, just because he never created any separation. And like we all knew, Fields did not throw it to you if you were at least like, unless you were wide open. And so that was part of it, is that he never got open. And Fields did not like throwing it to people that had someone on him to like give them an opportunity. All right, but let's see what we got. They're cheating up a little bit. You know, he's probably going to be going back, and you already see kind of him going back. He's playing yet again. He's playing up. So what's going on here? Because you got a safety way over there. Press coverage. Caleb can't do anything. Because you already have, what, 6? And what do we have? It's third down. It's 3rd down and 9. why don't we have any sort of like what it looks like? You just have the slant with DJ. This is your hot route. And I think the only option that you have is to just try and lob it, just try and do something. But this is where Caleb, like I feel Caleb does not want to put the ball in harm's way. So instead he's like, you know what, I'm just going to hold on to it. Which, is that the right decision? I don't think so. But to me, this is where that is your hot route. And this is just the Shane Waldron exclusive. You got all these people with their heads down running. They're not looking for anything. And you see all these people at the line of scrimmage. And you kind of know they're going to blitz you. But he doesn't throw it to DJ. Because yet again, I think that he's gun shy to get a turnover. Because you see that now. But yeah, exactly. You have the head downs in clumps where it's, well, he ain't going to throw it to any of those. He can't. DJ's the only one, but they played it perfectly. DJ's the only one that's out there. He's in press coverage. No one else is there. And yep. It's a pass coverage. You have them trying to pass him off. And look. They load the line. They go, okay, you're engaging with him. You're going to try and take that. So yeah, yep. They send as many pass rushers as we have blockers, but they overload one side, and then the overloaded side that is open, everyone's got their heads turned. Where they're sending the blitz, they're playing press coverage, beautifully schemed up, and yeah, we don't have anyone there. Yeah, nothing quick and short. The only thing that was quick and short was it was covered by a press, but you had no one with the off coverage. All the off coverage, they were just heads down, running straight. All right, so you go press, single high, 5 on the line, and then you got 3 back over here. So I'm looking over here just to see if they're going to do anything shifty. But if they send a blitz, this is going to be the guy that I want to throw to. Let's see what they do. Okay, so they got 5. Oh, this is the stupid play. This is the stupid play. Have I mentioned this is a stupid play? I don't. It's kind of the. I'm not going to call this. This is not the puddle concept, but it's a variation of what we dub the puddle concept with our stupid out route and our 2 out here. What are they trying to achieve here? Like I just don't get it. And like, why doesn't he block back? Like, why is everybody just like, and yeah, Kramer just getting whooped. Okay, let's pre-diagnose this. Deep, tight, deep here. But you're at least like looking. You should be looking here. What are they doing with this linebacker and this safety? 4 on the line of scrimmage. All right, shade over here. I'm looking right to see what's going on because you see the safety shading a little bit down here, and he's playing back too. So if he's playing back, and if I got a short route, I can at least kind of come back. So if he's got a like little comeback route, I'd be looking here, and I'd be trying to hit here because he's playing deep. So what we have here, looking to the right-hand side. Cool. Not bad. I mean, good play. Hits him. Don't love it. Don't hate it. It's good. All right, let's see who gets cooked this time. Sending the blitz. Good pickup. Out of all the stuff that we're doing, like that ain't bad. All right. Let's diagnose the pre-play. They're showing single high. Off, closer. Where are we at in the game? 6 minutes, 3rd and 8. Okay, 3rd and 8. What do they like to do? They like to blitz. I'm looking at the corners up here. But he's a little far off, so it doesn't actually look like a blitz. And it's not. Because, yeah, they really weren't showing anything. God, Kramer. Kramer's already beat. So for me, and everyone's back is turned. I don't hate that. Like, this is actually a really good play. Look, this guy's already beat. Everyone's back is turned. He reads those. Some might say, like, why the heck did he not wait for anyone else? Well, because there was already a guy on him. Everyone's back is turned. Ugh. I agree with Laz, too. And I've been someone that I've said that, hey, Chris Morgan is well respected, but the way that this offensive line, especially in the run game, has played, it's not been good. And something too is like I forgot who it was. I heard a former offensive lineman talk about this, where he was saying a big mistake that the Bears did was not let Chris Morgan go, and instead they should have had Shane Waldron pick his offensive line coach, because offensive line, I never really thought about this. Offensive line is so connected to the offensive coordinator, and respected by who. I think it was just like around the league where, like, when he was brought in, I just kept hearing well respected, but it's just, there is a clear disconnect with him and Waldron with everything. And yeah, because I feel there's an easy transition play when you look at head coach, because you go, okay, Hightower should be head coach, because he already has the experience with, like, this. It might have been like the Senior Bowl or the Shrine Bowl. But then also you have, like, Thomas Brown, former offensive coordinator, easy transition there. And then also you have Washington as D coordinator. But Morgan to me is someone that, like, the offensive line coach, that is something that's a little, But look at this. Like, just not even close. Like, not even close. But yeah, like, I don't know what you do with offensive line, like an offensive line coach, because I don't think you can really just, like, bring in an offensive line coach, like, mid-season. All right, let's see what look they give us. Okay. So you got safety, you got corner on the outside, press up here. So my guess, maybe they shift over to a zone of some sort. But if you have the off, I'm curious about, like, the under. They'll probably give you that. Oh, he's blitzing. All right. So he's blitzing, but we're still looking to the right-hand side. He wants this. And I mean, honestly, you might be able to. Throws it short to Rome. Not bad. Yeah, like, this would be super risky, but hey, don't mind that. And especially 4th down. Go with the mesh concept. Dude, everyone who plays Madden loves mesh, because it just works. And Madden is real life. Sarcasm there. But honestly, mesh does work. And a lot of it. And mesh is a concept. It's not puddle like we made up. Like Shane Waldron is made up. Ah, lovely. I think ultimately it's like, yeah, you should have just, like, we talked about this ad nauseum, like, before. They really should have just had an entire, just, like, you should have just cleaned house with everything, because you're at that borderline of, okay, where's everybody at? And I feel like I feel the reason why they didn't is because they felt like they never really gave him a shot. But, and now as more details emerge about like the whole 5-year contract and other things like that too. But let's see what we got. We got one high up here. Yet again, you have the one single high safety, so you got single coverage up here. So if you want to take that, chances are you're going to get that. Safety down below. Then you're probably going to see something that happens, and something just fell. I don't know what that was. Huh. Something fell. I don't know what it was. House is falling apart behind me. Actually, not even sure what that was. Oh, that was the blue light. Never mind. That's what happened. Blue light fell. It's falling apart like the Bears offense. But hey, my cell phone still has coverage. Let's see. Yet again, like we said, you kind of have that. We run the zone. Or we run the screen. My wife is looking around. I have a glass door right here. She's looking around, but she doesn't know what happened. And yet again, we don't see any play actions. This is one of the only screens that we actually see out there. Yeah, Zach Robinson. Zach Robinson's an interesting person. We talked about him like when we were talking about offensive coordinator candidates. He was going to be like he worked at PFF for like the longest time, and then ultimately just started becoming a coach, and then was the person that was very unproven. But yeah, let's see what we see here. Yet again, one short, one deep. Puddle. I mean, hey, they at least get it to the outside. And I gotta say, Keenan looked a lot better. Keenan's looking a lot better this time. But yeah, I agree with Shy Drag. 0 touchdowns, 2 weeks. Yeah, not pretty. Let's see what we end up having. We got 5 minutes. Yeah, we'll probably get some cheap no-name guy. All right, so we got on the outside. Ugh. Yeah, when's the last time you had an offensive line that was respected? Yeah, I think it was like, what, Atlanta? I think that's where he came from. It was like Atlanta, and then also the Steelers. I believe that's where it was. But yeah, that's where I think, to me though, hearing a former offensive lineman talk about it, where it's like, you know what, that actually makes a lot of sense. That you should throw the offensive line coach out with the offensive system. Like, yeah, like if it's a tight end coach, that's not going to be like win or lose. But offensive line is so crucial that you want it to run exactly the way that you want it to be. So that, yeah. But no, I'm right there with everybody else where I think that, yeah, you got to get rid of him. You got to get rid of him, but I don't think you can get rid of him today. I think at the end of the year for sure. It's kind of like that whole Harry Heastand stuff. Harry Heastand, very, very well respected coach, but came over to the Bears and just nothing. But yet again, everything's got to line up. That pass just fluttered, but yet again, he's just getting freaking drilled. Yeah. Liam Cohen. With this, I don't know if you thought, Bates it's hard seeing Bates like this too, especially since this looks bad on Ryan Poles, just because Poles loves Ryan Bates, loves him. He's gotten cooked too. That's the Bates being beat like this, man. You have him crushing that. You got DJ. Hey, made the right read. This is where I haven't lost faith in Caleb. He still has some really good things. He reads this well. Yeah, the whole thing of like him trying to get the whole center thing. Yeah. And just Ryan Bates. I've literally watched every snap of Ryan Bates, because like when we were going to get him, I watched every single snap. And I was like, I don't see why. Boom. Get it out. Makes the play. Puddle concept, ladies and gentlemen. Works every time. New people in the chat are like, what the hell's a puddle? Actually probably has a legitimate name. I need to probably look it up. We finally get a couple little slants. That's where it's like you could throw. This is that, you're really taking a risk. This is where like we're seeing less of the risky throws for him. Right? You could probably do that. I mean, but he's already on to his next target. That linebacker plays it well right there. He wants that. Linebacker reads it. I also think maybe we don't do the defense this time. We'll just hit up the offense. And let's check out the blocking. Okay, running classic little stunt. That's not terrible blocking. Like we said, just they read it well, and at this point it's just everything's kind of chaotic. We got the 2 minutes, 1st and 10. Trying to get something. Single high. They're back. Probably going to just play him deep yet again. 5 on the line. They blitz 6. And yet again, they blitz 6. What's everyone doing? Back to the ball, back to the ball, back to the ball. There's no hot route. The only, there's already a guy in his face. And that's 1st down. That's not like a 3rd down. You need to get 10. You need something like that. I think with this, it's like let's check out this blocking concept. So you got 5 at the line. You have a linebacker in the middle. Okay. They snap. Why? Why are you blocking? Why are you shifting? Why are you shifting the blocking scheme? Because he should have him. He should have him. He should have him. And then you should be on the outside with this guy. And here's the thing. They actually have it picked up, but Borum commits too far to the outside and gives up the sack. You have a shot. Like, you legitimately have a shot to stop this. Man, I can only take so much more. All right, this is garbage time, so they're probably not playing like they're true. I mean, they still were sending stuff. You got deep coverage. They're sending 4. How is it this bad? He just jukes to the inside. He's looking at him. And I think Bates thinks that he has help. He's like, nope, I don't have help. Could it get any worse, though? Sparsky Films asking, next week. Right? Packer game. They're playing deep. They're just, yep, you hit down below. Yeah, they're in 25. They're just playing deep on you. It's so bad. Oh, God. Caleb, good arm angle to at least slide it through. I think the hard part is like, you're just not. Yeah. So that's all the tape. That's all the tape we got. As I'm slouched in my chair, my light fell down because it was so sick of the Bears. Here's the thing. This is the piece that is frustrating, right? Let me know your thoughts on just what we saw, because I'll probably end it here. We probably won't cover the defense just because, it's a little late. I'm tired. I have to also actually get up for some work. But what's everyone's thoughts? Because to me, to gather my thoughts, when we come down to the running game, it's a lot of the same old, same old. The offensive line is not blocking well. So that's a huge chunk right there. Offensive line is not looking good when we're trying to block. We're not creating running lanes for Swift to do something. And yeah, there was a handful of little running plays that Swift just is trying to do something different. And he is one that doesn't fall forward. So when he gets stopped, he gets stopped. But do I blame him? No. The offensive line was not blocking well yet again from a run blocking perspective. So that's why it doesn't do well. But now let's flip over to the passing game. Who do we blame for the passing attack? Well, I got to admit, the offensive line deserves a lot more blame than I originally thought going into this, which is kind of unbelievable because even though that they were picking some of the stuff up, they were getting beat. And we've talked about this in other shows where when we watch the tape, there's a lot of times that they're just in the wrong position. They had a lot of block. They had a lot of just bad blocks where they were just missing, and it just was bad. And here's the thing too, that Caleb right now just looks a little bit shook, where he doesn't want to commit the turnovers. He doesn't want to force certain things out there. And yeah, there's still spots that he can get better at. And like some of the stuff that we're talking about pre-snap, identifying, okay, here's where I need to go. And he does do a lot of that stuff pre-snap. But then, okay, if something happens, then he needs to identify where to go next. And with the blitz pickups, okay, two people are coming from the right-hand side, and one of them was pretending to cover the slot receiver. But then, now we get into the Shane Waldron piece, where you have receivers that are, that they're blitzing, and you have receivers that are not in a good spot, that everyone's backs are turned. We had a couple people that were running similar routes that they were to other people, and we see this out on tape. But then also, it's a lot of the similar concepts, but also we're not throwing it, we're not mixing things up, especially because, hey, they were blitzing a lot. What is a good counter to a blitz? a screen. How many screens did we run? Just that one, or I guess technically two. It was a read option, so it's technically just one. But still, we didn't really have anything special out there. We weren't running a lot of these screen. It's just that's where when we kind of boil it all down and we kind of bring it all together, that's something that we just didn't see. And also, the 2 play actions that we saw worked. Like, they worked with a little out because they weren't expecting them. So those play actions, why didn't we see more of that? And that's where I put a lot of the blame on Shane Waldron. Early on, the wide receivers were not getting open. Later on, they were. And so I don't think the wide receivers deserve a lot of blame. The drops speak loudly with everything, but Caleb's still a rookie. And I think that right now we're expecting perfect football, but it's just, he's not going to do that. He's a rookie. I still have faith in Caleb Williams. I still I still have so much faith in Caleb Williams with like what he could potentially be, what he can become, because quarterbacks need years to develop, plain and simple. And if anyone wants to give up on him, like, have fun, I guess. Like Caleb, there's so much optimism that we see out there on tape, and I just hope that we can put something around him so we can try and get the most out of him. So that's the reason why I'm so down on the coaching staff and other things like that. I just want to see Caleb do something. So with that, y'all are awesome. All those people that stay out here and watch all 3 hours that we go through, 2 hours that we go through. But thank you all so much. Drop the like. I'm just about done with my whiskey. We won't cover the defense yet. Maybe later on, but we'll see. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much. Hit that like, subscribe if you're out there on YouTube. And thank you all for watching. With that Unbearable Sports Podcast, we are out.
Yeah, she's got some nice long hair and you know that